Riker.
Ben.
I'm dreaming about Marc Gasol right now.
This could be our boldest prediction of the season to date.
Yeah.
Explain to me what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So, recently, very breaking news. Breaking news here. Marc Gasol is very frustrated with the Memphis Grizzlies after being benched in the fourth quarter. He's quoted on saying, "I don't like it one bit. I'm more angry and frustrated than I can ever show. But for the benefit of the team, I will show good leadership and continue to do my job."
Yep.
That quote right there is from a frustrated man, Riker.
You know what? He had another quote on top of that. He says,
"Okay,
I'm not on the floor. It means I'm not valued. I'm sure they knew that it would hurt me the most. I'm sure they wouldn't do that to Mike Conley. It's the way it is, and you have to deal with it." That is a frustrated man indeed. You told me something about the beginning of the season. He said that if he isn't on a contending team, he would be open to the possibility of getting traded. Do you think that expression or his sort of thoughts on moving to a different team is maybe intensified now?
Well, hey, yeah, as you said, he's quoted on saying he loves the Memphis Grizzlies organization, but if they don't continue to grow, maybe he'll have to revisit things. So that's the direct quote, as you just said. So this isn't just out of thin air. Marc Gasol has been questioning the Memphis Grizzlies since the beginning of the year. So this could be it's very early right now. There's no rumors or any sources or anything. This is just all speculation and fun. But it's possible that Marc Gasol might be put on the trading block.
You know what? I think it's
so we're here to talk about that.
I think it's beyond possible. We look at the Memphis team this season. They started off as the number one in the West. I believe they were 8-1 or 8-2, and then they've regressed to 7-12. It doesn't look like they're going to be a playoff contender at this point. I think that's exactly the team that Marc Gasol would have alluded to at the beginning of the season when he said, "If I'm not on a winning team or a contending team," and that would be this team this season. I think it's very well perhaps a possibility that he could get traded, especially if the coaching staff is going to be juggling different rotations to try to maximize efficiency on the team. But if that's making an enemy of one of their star players, who's generally considered one of the top centers in the league, who's consistently an all-star, who consistently averages nearly 20 points per game, nearly double-digit rebounds per game, then maybe
phenomenal defender.
He averages almost 2 blocks per game. I mean, I could see them shopping Marc Gasol. And do you think that the Raptors would be a market?
What better landing place than the Toronto Raptors?
I mean, we the North, I think we would welcome him. Actually, funny enough, the Twitter fans, the Twitter sphere, not everybody agrees, but take us through why you think that Marc would be. Actually, you know what, before we get into that, what are some possible trades? How can we get him? How can we land him on the Rap squad?
Well, you mentioned Twitter. Twitter's blowing up right now. I threw out a deal of possibly sending Jonas Valanciunas, Bebe Nogueira, and DeLon Wright to Memphis for Marc Gasol. What are your thoughts on that deal?
Bebe, Jonas. I mean, we just talked about this morning. We just talked about getting rid of Jonas Valanciunas this morning. Not to say that we necessarily want to, but I think when we're looking at a bigger piece, a more productive piece.
If we get the right package.
Would Marc Gasol be the right package? I think in terms of getting rid of Jonas Valanciunas, I think that's certainly very appealing. I don't think it comes down to Jonas. It comes down to the next two pieces, Bebe and DeLon. Yeah. Do we want to part ways with Bebe? Yeah. I think Bebe, he's disposable. Our main man.
We have Jakob, right? Bebe is great, a phenomenal backup, but with Jakob Poeltl there, he's almost redundant, right? And it's honestly might be better for Bebe to see him in a different environment to thrive. But DeLon Wright would be tough. But with Fred VanVleet, him stepping up after the DeLon injury,
and our
team is just so deep now, right? So, yeah. We have when you have a deep team, you're able to make these moves because people can step up. So that's why I think this could be a key trade possibility for the Toronto Raptors, especially if we want to catch up to Boston and Cleveland in the East.
And VanVleet, he's
been phenomenal.
He ripped off his shirt. There's a big S underneath, and he also put on a cape. The man's been a superhero for our second lineup. He is really him and Siakam. They've led the court. They are the reason that the Raptors are doing so well this season. The struggle.
And And another reason why this trade could be phenomenal for the Raptors, because Masai Ujiri, when he signed Lowry and Ibaka this summer, he put a 3-year window in, right? Ibaka signed for 3 more years. Lowry signed, including this one. Lowry signed for 3 years, including this one. Their contracts, all of our older players' contracts expire after this 3-year window. Marc Gasol contract ends at this exact same 3-year window. He's an older player, a veteran, but it's not going to disrupt our team long term unless we give up some serious assets, which I'm sure Masai Ujiri wouldn't do. But we can maintain our young core, as you said, with Fred and Siakam and Norm and these guys. Well, hopefully to make a trade happen, but if we can maintain that core and then ingratiate Marc Gasol in with these older vets with like Lowry, Ibaka, and DeMar, that could be a super dangerous team.
I mean, that's exactly it, Ben. What is the issue with the Raptors this season? It's the unproductivity and the inconsistency of our starting unit. And we believe it's because...
the front court in particular.
Because Ibaka and Jonas don't work well together.
Yeah. And
I could...
defensively...
Go ahead.
Marc Gasol is a huge step up from Jonas.
100%. 100%.
Yep.
Much more dominant presence. Much smarter IQ. And I mean, offensively, I mean, he has more than the power move hook shot in the lane to his right. He has a great jump shot. He has multiple post moves. He's a more physical presence. I mean, I think it could work.
He can stretch it out from 3.
He can, I mean, we don't need more 3-point shooters on the Raptors, but I mean,
well, hey, if they can shoot it, let it fly.
Yeah, shooter's gonna shoot.
Yep, for sure.
So we are of the general opinion, I guess, at this point, that it could be a possibility and that perhaps we would want Marc Gasol. Let's say that the Memphis Grizzlies are looking for more than the package that you proposed first with Bebe, JV, and DeLon. Say they want something that will provide them a little more security moving forward, that they're going to have a star player or a rising star player that they can center the team around, or that'll be a consistent piece for them for the next coming years. Let's say they reject that trade and they want Norman Powell. Would you give it to him?
That's tough because we just signed Norm to such a great contract, right? And then as a GM, you don't really sign a player to an extension saying you want, and as Masai Ujiri's quoted on saying, I want them in my franchise, this player in my franchise for a long time. You don't usually trade that guy halfway into the next season. Right? That's a bad look on the organization, and it can give bad relationships with agents and whatever. So I wouldn't like to, I don't expect Norman Powell to be a part of any trades involving Marc Gasol. So I don't think Norm. I think I wouldn't want to see OG go. So I think if the situation comes so volatile in Memphis that they'll accept this trade, that would be the most ideal situation for the Raptors, but I wouldn't sell much more than that.
You wouldn't sell much. Okay, so now we're speaking on the value of Marc Gasol, right? So you don't think you'd be willing to get rid of Norm Powell. I agree with you. I think that he's probably the veteran of the bench unit, even though he's not even really a veteran himself.
Yeah.
But I think that
he's stable. He can dribble the ball. He can pass it. He's just an all-around player for the bench unit.
So you wouldn't be willing to get rid of OG either.
Nah, OG's God, man.
And last piece, the last person that they might want,
Kawhi Leonard,
Siakam. I think he's the most valuable of all of our bench players.
Yeah, it would have to be dependent on the deal. Maybe a third team comes in. We're just speculating here, so it's very early. I just love to see Marc Gasol in a Raptors uniform.
Would you be willing to get rid of Jakob?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that for Marc Gasol, and then maybe keep Bebe as a backup, but it'd be tough.
All right, so Marc Gasol, he's donned the white and blue for his entire career. A looming big man, a presence, a consistent all-star, a guy that went from ridiculously chubby. You know what? This has nothing to do with it, but if you haven't seen pictures of Marc Gasol in high school...
Marc Gasol is a high schooler? I'll throw it up in the video.
Perfect. Okay, so just look at this man here. Look at the absolute transformation. It's hilarious. He's a worker. I think that he would be incredible to have on the team. I think that Okay, how about this? Just a bit of a tangent piece. Okay, let's say that we shopped. Let's say we shopped JV. Right, and we are excited to get
as we've been doing.
Exactly, and we're excited to get Marc Gasol, and let's say the chemistry works right away. All right, so we get the entire value, everything that Marc Gasol can offer by coming to the Raptors. He provides. All right, so he plays the exact same way, or he meshes well with the front court with Ibaka. Do you think that this makes the Raptors better? Do you think that this gives us a more legitimate opportunity?
Oh, 1,000%.
So do you think that we could beat Boston with Marc Gasol?
Yes.
Do you think we could beat Cleveland with Marc Gasol?
100%. LeBron's really good, but I think we could give him a run.
I think we could give him a run. Okay, so
just look at that starting lineup: Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, probably OG, Serge Ibaka, and Marc Gasol.
Yeah. And if we had
if
we had productivity from our starting lineup, and our bench plays the way that it's been playing all season,
and our bench continues.
I mean, I would feel sorry for the rest of the teams in the league, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that'd be insane. But it's all speculation from here. The Raptors Digest will keep everybody updated on any other Marc Gasol possible news. And Ryker, let's hope it happens.
Hey, keep us up to date, Twitter fans.
Yeah,
let
for
us know
sure.
Your thoughts.
Thanks for listening. Yeah, let us know.